In this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 things you need to know as a beginner detailer. Now, this is whether you want to just clean your own vehicle at your home for your personal vehicles, or maybe if you want to eventually venture off and offer these as a services, it's going to be applicable for both camps. Now, the order, no specific order. It's not in order of importance, but I would just label it as 1 to 3 just to make it easier for this video and for you to consume. So welcome back, everybody. I'm Oscar with Detail Guru, where I help you start and grow your detailing business. And first one on the list of the 3 things you need to know is that it doesn't matter so much on the actual tool or product, but more so on the skills that you've developed with that specific tool or product. So for instance, here I have an easy detail brush and I have a wheel willy. Both of these are used for the inner wheel barrels to clean when cleaning wheels. Now, both one can get you the same results. Yes, you can use some in different applications. One will be better for the other. But regardless, it's more so of what you can accomplish with the tool, rather than saying, well, that one is perfect for this, that one's perfect for that other brush is perfect for this. No, it's just saying, look, I can get 99% of the vehicles done with this brush. Someone else is going to say, I can get 99% of the vehicles done with this brush. So it's not so much as saying which one is that person exactly using, because that's the one I absolutely need. No, there are some people that don't like the easy detail brush, that prefer the wheel willy. I personally prefer the easy detail brush over the wheel willy. So it's not so much of saying, what brush, what tool, what product, what is he specifically using, because I want to use that one because that's going to give me the results. No, I mean, there's someone out there that doesn't use either of these, that use a different brand and brush that gets the same results that we can with this one. So don't get too focused on what's that person exactly using, because it comes down to spending time and developing those skills. And just another quick example, this is a new brush that I have, completely worn down, but this one's from Mother's. It's a little bit of a different design. I had this for like 2.5 years now, great build, but it's a different design. And like, don't get too caught up in the details. Like, yes, there's this little curve here that makes it easier. Sure, the pricing may be a little different, but at the end, it's not just saying what specific brand, what's the price. It's saying, hey, look, you buy what you have for that job application, you actually use it, get better at it, and that's how you really figure out what's best for you. Number 2 is you don't have to have brand loyalty and just stick with one brand. And at that same note, you don't want to just dive in too much into the research of different tools and products. So on one end, some people just love to have one specific type of brand, whether it be Meguiar's, Griot's Garage, Chemical Guys, Adams Polishes, so many brands out there on the market now. And some people just either to have, a uniform toolbox, you can say, of the same brand, whether you like their messaging, you just like them personally because you've been with them since day one, whatever the case may be. You don't want to be too fixated on a brand just because you might limit your options and price points when it comes to something that you need. So, some brands might have a much higher priced product with not as much value compared to someone else, another company. But because you're very fixated on saying, but I just want this, then you can kind of, shorthand yourself. And not that it's a killer to what you want to do, but just to keep your options open, just to not have that mindset of saying, I can only use this brand because that's all I want. Just have an open mind and be able to see, which brand, which specific product of whatever brand is going to best fit your needs, your wallet, and anything else that's going to fit for your situation. But on that same note, you also don't need to be like, let me look at Meguiar's and their 3 products. Let me look at Chemical Guys and their 12 products. And let me look at Adams Polishes and their 4 products that all do the same thing, but it's either a different scent, different size, one little tidbit difference that they have between each other. That's going a bit too far in your research. So let's say you're looking at maybe like a tire and a plastic dressing, and trust me, there's plenty of options on the market. But me, if I'm just looking to see, okay, I'm gonna be dressing tires, interior panels, exterior trim, I'm gonna keep it very simple and straightforward. Especially if I'm just doing this for personal vehicles, I'm not gonna spend hours or days looking at options. I might do a few searches on Google and on YouTube, see what people are saying, and then just go make a purchase. It's not gonna be the end of the world. I can guarantee you it's gonna get you the results that you want. So don't also overcomplicate and overthink the process and saying, well, there's 12 different products. Let me analyze each one, look up each one, read each one, and see what's the key differences. Because at the end, it's gonna shine up your tire, dress your interior, and that's really it. So don't overcomplicate the process, but also don't be too fixated on one specific brand. And number 3, although this is gonna be very obvious, it takes practice in order to get better. And this does kind of tie into the first one, but just overall, you have to be frequent before you get good. If you go out there and use your tire shine or your brush or your pad or your polish or your compound one time and you say, this didn't work, it might not be so much on the actual tool or product, but more so on you and you not having enough experience and practice to actually get the right results. And this is probably going to come down more for the more advanced things that you do, whether it be maybe, you know, cleaning seats, cleaning leather, maybe, you know, correcting your paint, restoring your headlights, where you might be sanding or you might be polishing the paint, and you're saying, you know what, I have the polish, I have the pad, but I'm not getting the right results. You know, it might be one of those things, the pad or the polish. But oftentimes, it's just, you're gonna have to, you know, look at videos, read, maybe talk to a few detailers, but it's mostly gonna come down to you and just testing out what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. So don't just jump ship and say, well, this didn't work, so let me immediately go buy new pads and new products to make sure this works. No, it might be saying, if you're polishing paint, for example, whatever, you might just say, you know what, I have the polish, I have a pad, let me put less product, let me put more product, let me put less pressure, let me put more pressure, let me change up my my speed of how I'm cross-hatching the paint. It's just, there's so many variables. And even how I'm talking now, it's not like it's that complicated either. So don't think you can do all this within a single sitting, right? Like, it's not like it's gonna take you weeks to master, but it is just stating the obvious of like, look, it is a skill you have to develop overall, right? It's not like you just buy the product, which let me see if I can just get something right here. So this is Oberk cut. It's not like you just buy the product, you put it onto the pad, and you're like, okay, let me just go and act like, it's gonna work. This isn't a magic bullet. There's no magic bullet out there. Anything that you purchase, especially in the detailing world, is gonna come with the skill and the labor required to do it. Yes, there's things that make life easier, of course, right? Like polishing by hand versus polishing with a machine. Of course, you're gonna get much better results with the machine compared to anything you do by hand. But you still have to do most of the work, right? Like, you can turn on the machine's gonna rotate, the pad's gonna do the cutting, but you're still the one standing there, holding the machine, moving the machine, changing the pads, cleaning the pads. So, there's things that make your life easier, but you're the one that still needs the skills. It's a bit different than reason number 1, but it's something that you have to practice and get better and get experience over time. So when you're working out there and maybe you're not getting the results that you want, you're getting a bit frustrated, look, just take a deep breath, keep on going, give it a break, maybe come back next day or the next weekend or whenever you have your next chance, look at some more videos and go at it again, right? Don't get too frustrated and don't get too mad that you're not getting the same result you saw that one person do it on the YouTube channel, because there's a big difference between what you see online and then once you actually go out there to your garage or maybe to a customer's vehicle and you actually start working. So just keep that in mind. Those are the 3 things you need to know as a beginner detailer. If you guys want to add your own comments or things that detailers should know, let them know in the comment section down below. Check the description box down below for those links and resources. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.